Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of our horror channel. We'll upload Draw My Life videos of all kind of horror, creepypasta, and SCP characters in this channel. So hit that subscribe button and let's start the video. Today we're drawing the life of Siren Head. Recently, Siren Head is everywhere. Everyone's talking about the creature after its first sighting in 1966. It's become a popular pop culture monster after the release of its game, but this creature should not be taken lightly. As the name suggests, Siren Head is a humanoid creature, but he's not your typical human proportions. Siren Head is 40 feet tall, or can we say he has the height of a telephone pole, towering over every monsters and SCP creatures. He has a near skeletal body. His arms and legs and overall body look like a human's body. However, the body's dehydrated. The skin is dry and has the color of rusted metal. It looks like mummified. The description is so creepy, so you can imagine how it will look in person. It'll send chills down your spine. His arms and legs are disproportionately long. Especially his arms are almost as long as his entire body. And the most peculiar part is his head. In fact, there is no head. Instead of a skull, he has a long, pole-like structure made of flesh, in which sirens are attached. Now you know why his name's Siren Head. Through these sirens, he makes various sounds. They're attached to the pole by skin tendrils, and it can move around in like 360 degrees. The sirens are made of metal. He can make loud noises which affect the ears, or scary small voices, or even conversations. He'll always be making some noises like this when he moves around. In his entire body, the only metallic parts are the attachments to his head. The sirens, or the megaphones, has a mouth in it. There are 2 sets of teeth in this mouth, but no lips. A long, retractable snake-like tongue comes out of it. It's said that this mouth and teeth are visible only when he makes noise in a particular frequency. In some pictures of Siren Head, he's seen having street lamps on his head instead of sirens. So he's also called the Lamp Head, or it might be the son of Siren Head. His body has organic veins and wires tangled around. At his neck and torso, these are seen spiraled. So he'll walk around with his lengthy legs and skeleton body by making noises and rotating his siren heads. He can mimic any sound of your friends or family. So it's impossible to run from him. He can fry your brain with his noise frequency. This creature is very deadly. If you come across him, escaping is impossible and death is inevitable. Now, listen to this part carefully. This is how Siren Head hunts and kills its victims. He's considered as a very cruel and aggressive predator. He is intelligent, he can camouflage, and makes noises. With all these, it's very easy for Siren Head to find his prey and catch. Most of the times, he makes voices of the victim's friends or family. This will attract the prey to lonely areas. Once the victim is stranded alone, Siren Head will fill the place with various noises, high and low. This will confuse the prey and disorient them so that it cannot run and escape. Also, if the person screams, it will not reach anywhere because the Siren Head will cover it with his loud screeches. There's no other option for the prey but to give up trying to escape. Once the prey reaches this stage, he'll grab them off the ground and kill them. Siren Head kills people by producing loud noises, like very high-pitched noises which human ears cannot endure. Such noises will break the eardrum and damage the soft tissues, which eventually kills the person. There are no evidences of him killing to eat, I don't think a 40 feet tall monster's hunting for food. I think he's hunting for fun. He kills and leaves the dead bodies. However, there are incidents where people have gone missing where Siren Head was sighted. He must have taken those people, maybe eaten, or maybe used for something else. We have no clue about what happened to them. Siren Head has a lot of supernatural abilities. As we know, he was seen with sirens and lamps on his head, so it's concluded that Siren Head can change its appearance as he wants. It's also found out that different people see different heads on him. This is a form of survival instinct. He can also record the noises of his victims and replay it whenever he wants. God, just thinking about him gives me a chill to the bone. These voices are used as baits for his next victims. There is a famous theory that Siren Head has a cassette tape and a tape recorder somewhere in his head, which is helping him to record and replay. But that's a dumb theory because we're talking about a 40 feet tall walking monster. He doesn't need a physics tape recorder. He must have telepathic powers. He's an advanced creature who can imitate human technology. It's like having a super conscious power. He is mostly compared to a powerful alien whose powers and abilities are incomparable to humans. Human science and laws of nature or time and space are not applicable for him because he's not one of our beings. He's from somewhere else. The way he changes his appearance with each victim is a high-level information refreshing technology. There are instances where he was seen with 5 heads. So, in a moment, he can change everything that we know about him and become something new. With all these powers, Siren Head must be able to move around anywhere in the whole universe. There is another theory that each time we see a different shaped Siren Head, it's actually a different Siren Head, which means there are more of him and subspecies and varieties of him lurking around. Whatever's the case, it's not going to be good. Siren Head was first sighted in 1966. It was by a family who came for a vacation in the Arizona desert. His image was caught in a photo. The next occurrence was after 20 years in the Himalayas. This time, many people went missing from the area, and loud, intolerable noises are heard. Then the SCP Foundation sent their troops to identify and catch him. However, the mission was a failure, and half of the people went deaf. The other half died due to high-pitched volumes. 10 years later, we saw him again. This time, a group of friends went for hiking. They encountered him, making noises and taking away the people. Only one person survived with injuries, who described the Siren Head. In addition to those recent sightings, there are pictures of Siren Head found in ancient cave paintings. This proves that Siren Head has been here for longer years than we can think. Siren Head is mostly sighted in rural areas or woodlands. He can easily hide and survive in such areas. There is this theory that he might be the last one of his species, which gives him a strong sense to survive. That might be the reason for his elevated strength and intellectual features. Maybe he's been surviving here for very long years, which helped him develop his abilities. Siren Head's physical strength is an important factor in his survival on Earth. He can move trees and play with heavy objects. This will help him survive from other wild animal attacks. Also, he's very fast, extremely fast. In many sightings, people have observed that he can even outrun a fast car at its high speed. This character description kind of matches to the Titans from Attack on Titans. Another characteristic of Siren Head is he can be very silent when he hides. He can camouflage and become a tree in the forest or hide behind trees and can move very silently and quickly. If he has to stay there, he can stay silently for days. In fact, he even changes his shape to pipes or wires inside a house to kidnap people. In the early incidents of Siren Head's attack, he used to kill a stranded single person or a group of people in a forest who were away from home or their village. However, recently there was an incident where he killed many people from the same village, which shows a different killing behavior from Siren Head. It's mostly interpreted as an advanced stage of his killing. Either he got advanced, or there are more versions of Siren Head who kills in group. After many attempts, the SCP Foundation is finally able to contain this dangerous monster. The Siren Head contained by SCP Foundation is named as SCP-6789. Siren Head is classified under the object class Keter. He's kept in a room of at least 20.8 meters diameter, and the room should strictly have an anti-sound device to mute his voices. He can be visited or accessed only through the permission of Council 5. And there's a set of strict permission guideline, which has to be followed to visit Siren Head. There should be a minimum of 2 Class D officials. They should be equipped with a thermal vision system and a heartbeat screen for themselves. Siren Head is an aggressive and dangerous predator. Human beings have never come across something like this. Even though Siren Head is contained, as per various theories, there are more out there. If we have to fight him, our science and technology has to develop far more than what it is now. The only solution to escape from this monstrous creature is not to encounter him any time in your life. Because once you meet him, he defeats your mental abilities first, which is very important for humans to use their physical abilities. If you can't think, you can't survive. It's going to be a real task for humanity to challenge the super abilities of Siren Head, the human predator. So that was the story of Siren Head. If you liked this video, subscribe to my channel, guys. For more stories like this, also leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'll meet you in the next episode with another scary story. Till then, stay safe.